Hello and welcome to another update video about Solana. Solana is working still on this inverse head and shoulders pattern that we discussed in previous videos. So we're still dealing here with potential left shoulder, head, right shoulder. I have to say though that left shoulder is not very well defined. You basically have two shoulders there on the left hand side, so it doesn't really matter which one we count as left shoulder. Could also be this, left shoulder, and now working just on the right shoulder. It's just important that with these patterns we have a little bit of proportion on the chart, but to be honest we don't need that pattern so much because we have the Elliott waves and they give us much better context anyway, because Elliott waves always give us a roadmap and allow us to look a little bit further ahead. But I still always recommend really that people overcome their desire for prediction and just focus on what is visible right now on the chart. I mean, at the moment, what's visible? Visible, it's a 5-wave move to the upside, which could be a wave 1 or an A wave. So it's a diagonal only. So it is a potential 5-wave pattern, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a leading diagonal. But we cannot fully trust it because it is only a diagonal. So you can easily count that as, for example, a WXY pattern as well, okay? So leading diagonals are often mistaken for, well, corrective patterns and the other way around. Sometimes leading diagonals can be counted very well as, WXY patterns. And, you easily see that this is not an impulse, especially due to this here. Shouldn't be there in an impulsive third wave. And also the wave 5 is only in 3 waves, and the wave 1 is a bit ambiguous. So it's a diagonal pattern in wave 1 or A, or it's a WXY pattern, right? And if it's a WXY, obviously it would lead to a breakdown. So at this stage, we only need to know that, okay, it's a 5-wave move. Whenever we see 5-wave movements, I give it typically the benefit of the doubt. 5-wave move means we're likely in an uptrend. That means pullbacks can be seen as opportunities, but really only as long as the support level holds. That's why we're tracking support. That's basically our way of tracking a more bearish outcome as well. Because with a break below support, I mean, we're gonna see a failure of this so-called 1-2 setup, which could lead to a third wave rally. It could also be an A, B, C, which obviously then leads to a C wave rally. That doesn't matter in the short term. Bottom line is, because of 5 waves up, we can track support, and any pullbacks could be an opportunity. And as long as we're holding support, a positive outcome, a bullish outcome is currently what I watch for. So how would we define a breakout? Well, a breakout to the upside will likely happen once the price can break above the $107 mark. That's here, all these previous swing highs. Especially here, the last swing high was pretty much at $106.20, but the previous swing highs in the same range here have been around, I mean, the first one here, early in January, was even at around $108.50. So, it's not that, if it goes above 110 or $107.10, that, we have a guaranteed breakout. No, it's a bit more dynamic and it's a bit more complex than that. Especially the crypto market is very volatile and prices are just too dynamic to just call out one particular price point. It's a bit of a range there. Let's say between $106, $107, maybe $108 that the price needs to overcome. And then next structural resistance is at $117, this swing high from the 2nd of January. And very important one, the previous high that formed in December, the third wave top, that is at around $126. So we talked already about a potential target for that inverse head and shoulders pattern in the last video. What we can do is take the length of that head, we add it to a potential breakout point, and it would take us to round about $140, a little higher. That's an absolute reasonable target, but I think there should be resistance at these previous swing highs. And my first target will be that $125, $126 level if we get a sustained break, which I'm currently watching for. But really, I need to see that breakout first. And the condition is we're holding support. So the support area stretches between $94.88 down to $84. That's standard support for a wave 2 pullback. So we have to watch these fib levels: $91.57, $88.37, $84. And then in case the ABC structure, a more complex wave 2 plays out here, we have an additional target zone for the wave C, which is here basically between 89.67 and 82.50. So ideally, I don't even want it to go below 84, right? Below that level, I start to think it's failing. Have to say, there are on several coin charts the possibilities of a more direct breakout. Of course, possible. I mean, there's no need for another C wave down. This could also be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you know, something more directly bullish like this. I'll highlight that in orange. I did highlight it in orange on the Bitcoin chart as well. Well, that would allow for a more direct breakout to the upside, okay? But it would need to do that. We see it on the Matic chart. We see it on the Bitcoin chart. I think some others as well. GMX, for example. It would need to break out then to keep this direct scenario alive before breaking below $93.06, yeah, the 1st of February low. That's obviously a very it's a scenario with a very good reward to risk ratio, allowing for a very tight stop. So that's, I think, but then even if you get stopped out, let's say you're trading the orange count, you get stopped out, it might mean that it just makes a marginally lower low in the support area and then goes. Therefore, I wouldn't trade it like this. I would leave it space personally for the entire box, and just add positions in the box. We've already entered the box once, so that's what it's for support. But yeah, I cannot rule out that it will form a more stretched out, you know, right shoulder that could take a few days to play out, you know. We'll see. It's the $107 level, you know, that range up there that will decide if we can break above that. So if we can break above that level, then we'll have the decision that we're likely already in the next wave to the upside, and that this wave 2 is already complete. So they are the parameters I'm watching. I think support levels are very clear. Breakout point is very clear. The 2 wave counts I'm observing as well, and they are both basically pointing in the same direction as long as we're holding the $84 level. That's my update about Solana. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.